Okay.
They shall never take our peace.
Wait a second. He's like, oh shit, I got it.
I have to tell you that you have made me very, very proud of our school right now.
Well, I am here today as a president's first lady and, more importantly, a peace advocate. There isn't anybody I like better than young people because you believe in the future. You believe in your dreams and the beauty of them. I know that. I've talked to many, and I will walk many miles to be with you. You can stand up for what is right. You cannot not express your opinions. You must. So no one, my children, no one can make you feel inferior unless by your own consent. What one word would you tell the rest of us? All of us out there in the world that are facing so many dilemmas, and the world is in such a terrible state. And this is the word I would say to all of you, and then I'm leaving. The word is hope. Did you hear it? Hope. Would you say it with me? Hope. You are our hope. So it's not enough. It's not enough to talk about peace. Are you in your journals now? You must what? So go do something about it. I know you will. Bye.
That word hope, my belief, my claim, my assertion is peace is inevitable. Peace is inevitable. That usually brings up a lot of disbelief, cynicism, and skepticism when I say that. There's not much difference between alcohol, drugs, and violence, and domination, and bullying, and teasing, and saying bad things about your friends and blaming them for your problems, or blaming your teachers or the government or anything else, and having an attitude, a chip on your shoulder. That is part of the problem. That's part of the culture of domination, the culture of violence. Violence dependency is a treatable disease. Get that? It's a disease. Now, when we look at violence as a disease, there are several things that happen. If it's a disease, we can treat it. Remission is possible. The disease is separate from the individual. It's not a moral issue anymore. And we start to have compassion for the individual who's suffering from violence because we see it as a tragic failure on their part to communicate their needs. So the first step is to support the culture of peace, which is communities of conflict resolution, trust, and cooperation. See this flag over here with the 3 dots in the middle? It's the banner of peace. And it represents the spirit of collaboration and cooperation. So the answer to the question, when do we arrive at peace, is that peace begins when you say it begins. You are the author of peace. Thank you.
My name is Peace. I am not everywhere, but I am in everyone. Deep down in their core, in their center, my name is Peace.
Where there's a world without violence, poverty, racism, but hope. Where strangers become friends and enemies become family. A place where no one has to worry, where there's always a smile on someone's face. That is a place I call home. Thank you.
It is the courage and power and will to be free. And with freedom there's peace. We know that we must abide. So, I have a question for all of you. Are you along for the ride? Thank you.
We need to stand strong and love. We need you. We need who you are so we can be who we are.
Please don't speak words of hurt. I can't mend everything you throw at me, because eventually everyone has their breaking point from the pressure of hurtful words. It's how we break that will affect everyone.
My name is Peace. I have been treated very badly. I have been tossed around and pasted on banners as if I meant something, but my name carries no real weight. I am configured into hand gestures and supportive t-shirts, but no one really knows how to pronounce my name. It's together, but it always begins with you.
Scared of what's just around the corner, pushing around people who cross the border. They just want to find a place to settle down, but the pollution in the air makes them want to drown. Even models aren't perfect, can't you see? What you look at in the mirror is called reality. Equality is the quality needed for the equation. Everybody's necessary, so rise to the occasion.
The peace I have when I look at myself in the mirror and accept what I see. The peace I have when I realize that I'm not as alone as I thought I was. The kind of peace I feel when I understand that I can accept and love others the same way I love myself. The peace people live when they're free of prejudice and hate. That's the only peace I know, and that's the only peace I can talk about. Thank you.
Peace is not just someone who can control or resist the urge to be mad, but someone who lacks the need to be angry, and whose mind ideas of conflict never even pass through.
How can we demand armistice when in 2010 suicide was the second leading cause of death for children to the ages of 10 to 24? The real war is happening here.
I am Peace, and I'm trapped. Trapped in a maze of war and negative emotion. The walls of aggression are closing in.
Attention, awe-inspiring advocates for amity, beautifully blissful in your blessedness, your caring, contentment, and cordiality. Dare yourselves to disavow discord. Enlighten your elders and encourage equality. Fear not frustrational fighting, for goodwill will guide and gladden you. Hush hostility and hope for harmony and happiness. Ignore irritation, for it's imperative to embrace irenicality. Be joyous and jubilate in justness, not jealousy. If as kin we keep kindness close, liberal and loving, freely laughing, we maintain mindfulness, not madness, needing to nurture nonviolence in order to outcome outrage, persevere through problems to perceive peace and procure placidity. Our quest is to quit quivering and quell our qualms, embrace rap hurts and restrain rage and restlessness, stay steady in serenity, staying forward in sustaining sympathy and total tranquility, toiling together to determine a treaty for truth. Understand that in unison you uncover unified upliftment, value valor and veracity, not violent vindictive virtues. Worry not, for wisdom fills the wonderful world. Instead, exclaim excitedly your exceptionality. Yearn and yearn for yin and yang, don't yammer or be yampy. Be zealous and zany and zippy with zing.
Try to bridge the void. Empty meaning, waiting for compassion. Stop waiting. Fill yourselves with awe, the wonder of a small child. Peace comes when we start standing still.
Why do we love to hate? Some people live without food on their plate. Sometimes the people with nothing can give the most. We can touch hearts with just one touch.
Peace is an easy path to tread. Peace is where our fears are misled. Peace is the beginning to restore. Peace for each man, woman, and child. Peace for the troubled streets gone wild.
To live is to learn, to love is to burn, to take is to break. But most folks don't see what's at stake. It's yin and it's yang, it's two parts of the same thing. It's far beyond mass destruction. It can withstand any amount of corruption. So we must be the change we want to see.
Peace is shattered. Evolution of war progresses. The people cry as our world is destroyed by everyone who thinks fighting is equivalent to peace. But peace enters the soul in all kinds of people who creatively use their talents equally for the greater good. Thank you.
All we can do is wait and hope for its entrance in the world and in our lives. Long live the revolution of peace.
Pushing people away is not okay. Embrace difference. Love is an X-ray. All living beings should learn to love each other, because the first step to peace is joining hands as sisters and brothers.
We need to fill the news with hope and love, with the images of happy people who are giving their all simply because they can. The images of nations uniting to educate everyone, to achieve happiness, to love. We need to find inner peace before we can obtain outer peace. So Gandhi was right. We have to be the change we want to see.
If you're gonna do peace, then you gotta stand up, you gotta hold a sign and say, this is what I want. Work with me, help me, do this with me. Thank you.
Okay, that was one massive peace poetry train. So can we give it up for all those people that got up here today?
All we are saying is give peace a chance. One more time.